5 mesi riprendo a giocare un videogioco di mistero interattivo del 2018, The Council. Ok, adesso riprendiamo a giocarlo dopo 5 mesi e vediamo com'è.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen.
Buona giornata a tutti, a Vronsky, al zio King, benvenuti in live.
Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body. If you touch a single hair
Buona
of my
serata,
mother's
zio
head,
King.
I'll skin you alive.
Ovviamente anche a Vronsky,
You know, Louis,
Seguite zio King, ragazzi, ha raggiunto i 4.000 iscritti.
there are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert.
È ambientato nel 1793, The Council, è praticamente
Planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties.
la storia di un consiglio, è un gioco interattivo.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourself
Ci sono personaggi immaginari, personaggi della vita reale come George Washington, Napoleone Bonaparte e anche altri.
But you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready.
Non saltiamo niente.
Your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time. You know,
L'ho giocato 5 mesi fa, il primo episodio, si intitolava The Mad Ones.
Always remain rational and open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Bravo.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Agisci o fidati di lei.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Borchert.
E buona serata anche al panico. Bella, bro. Benvenuto in live, lascia like. Buona serata, buon pomeriggio anche ad Angelo Frazzetto, eh. Benvenuto anche te in live. Questo gioco l'ho iniziato esattamente 5 mesi fa, col prologo. Se volete andare a vedere, si trovava The Mad Ones.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Bob Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island?
Bravo,
Which,
Panico.
by the way, looks more like a big rock than
Bravissimo. Ragazzi, però riprende praticamente da capo. Io onestamente non volevo ricominciarlo da capo, però
In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age.
vediamo se un attimo che vado, non lo voglio riprendere da capo, eh. Ecco qua, avevo fatto questo, ho fatto la Gorgone, il primo episodio l'avevo finito. Lo riprendiamo da qua.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable
Su con i like, ragazzi, mi raccomando, su con i like.
Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Inizia missione. Dai.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish
Questo è l'episodio 2.
wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother.
But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night, and I do not know.
Lord Mortimer. Quindi è questo. Ragazzi, non chiamatemi. Non chiamatemi in live, ragazzi. William Mortimer, eccolo qua.
This is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing.
Praticamente De Consi segue appunto questo personaggio che si chiama Louis di Richet, un francese che è alla ricerca della madre scomparsa. Sarà che è capo di una branca francese di una società segnalata come Golden Order. E appunto lui si arriva su questa isola. Cominciate le cose sulla scena crimine. E praticamente, come dicevo, lui si arriva su questa isola vicino alla costa dell'Inghilterra, dove ci sono diverse figure politiche provenienti da vari posti d'Europa e degli Stati Uniti.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Vediamo.
A nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Vediamo se c'è qualche altro oggetto che ci può servire, ma non penso.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed last night, but Piaggi was with Holm and I until late at night. As for Bonaparte and Washington, they left us after midnight, both tired.
Ok.
I'll be in touch as soon as I have any more information.
Vediamo dove devo andare. Perfetto. Allora io sono lì. Andiamo di qua. Vediamo se riusciamo.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Ma non c'è nient'altro qua da investigare. Vediamo un po' se c'è. Ah, ecco qua.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all. Except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. Just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new...
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
My dear Napoleon,
just one holster in Bonaparte's gear.
Ok, questo l'abbiamo già visto.
On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Non c'è niente. Allora, qua siamo andati.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Monsieur Jacques Perru.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't. All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Two days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, de Richet?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Go on. Keep going.
Finish what you came to do, then get out of my room.
Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Ce l'ho la chiave. Vediamo se ho la chiave. Grande Sami. Benvenuto in live.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
Grazie Sami, grazie per l'abbonamento, ma grazie mille, ti voglio bene Sami, buona giornata. Un attimo. Vediamo di... Allora, vediamo un po'. Se c'è qualcos'altro.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests. The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
Questa è una fuorione. Non so se c'è qualcun altro da indagare. Vediamo. Qua non si può andare. Qua?
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
E anche qua. Qua non si può andare. Vediamo di andare. Allora, qua non posso andare. Qua.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Lord Mortimer must have informed you of the necessity for everyone to remain in their rooms until further notice.
Certainly, but I'm a guest, not a prisoner. I was looking for a servant, since we don't all, unfortunately, have one at our disposal.
Yeah, right.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
E qua? Cosa c'è qua? Ma ci provo, dai.
Pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, The pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil. Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Allora, vediamo se c'è qualcos'altro.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Buona giro col cagnolino.
A tribute engraved on the barrel to the liberators of France. There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. Right. I shall have to find its owner.
Ok.
Pistol?
Ho già esaminato.
Judging by the weight of it, fairly light. Right. I shall have to find its owner. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. The blade is short and thin, well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Ah sì, ci sono diverse cicatrici, mi sa.
The scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. She had the sigillum de Amos tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. Symbol of the Masons? What's that doing here? I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. What a strange smell. She bled from the nose. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body. Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body. Knocked over bottle of wine. Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable. Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved. Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Perché non riesco a prendere quello? Ok.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime. My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and unfortunately,
Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
a chest with a half-circle pattern. An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Vabbè. Vabbè. Qualcosa che non mi torna.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Vediamo se magari no, quello non mi fa andare. Già, quello l'abbiamo già fatto. C'è qualcosa che non riesco a capire. Qua c'è qua. Vediamo, andiamo su. Ma qua siamo già andati. Oh, guarda che c'è il cardinale.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Andiamo. Non c'è, non c'è. Sì, ma sono già andato qua, cosa devo ancora indagare?
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Vediamo se qua sono già andato.
The alchemist is a young man. A chest lock with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. Non so. No.
Non so qual è la combinazione.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth.
But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Non posso andare.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
The signs of obscurantism.
Aspettila.
A ruble.
The alchemist is a young man.
E qua c'è qualcosa che non va, non riesco a capire che cosa però,
What can I do for you, Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed, but I didn't stay up long. I was
È un
tired.
gioco interattivo.
Thank you kindly.
È un gioco interattivo, l'ho scaricato gratis col Plus, poi gli episodi non li ho pagati perché appunto il Plus, è un gioco del 2018 ambientato nel 1793, è un gioco grafico di avventura, di mistero molto interattivo a episodi.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
È praticamente ambientato nel 1793, si chiama The Consul e segue le avventure di questo francese investigatore Louis de Richet che è alla ricerca della madre scomparsa Sara. Vabbè, niente di particolare però. Secondo me lui nasconde qualcosa. Comunque non mi fa andare fuori, vabbè. Niente da fare. Io mi sa che fra un po' devo andare a mangiare, ragazzi. Dove devo indagare ancora? Allora, vediamo chi c'è qua. Oh, qua sono già stato. Ok, qua sono già stato.
President George Washington.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered.
Ragazzi, sono quasi in chiusura, adesso vado.
Are you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes. She came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age,
do you know if
it's
she
rare
had
to have no problems
enemies, Mr.
in that
President?
domain. Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened, and I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Leo. vabbè, non riesco a uscire. Guarda ragazzi, ora è veramente tutto, vi lascio, vi auguro buon appetito, ci vediamo nella prossima live. Buon appetito a tutti ragazzi, vi voglio bene, GG, ehi guys, lo continuiamo comunque.